What's going on my fantasy football fans out there? It's Waiver Wire Queen. Today, I am going to share with you 3 players to avoid like the plague. Avoid these guys at all costs because if you don't, you run a risk of losing your league. And we're not trying to lose, okay? Because we're winners out here in these fantasy football streets. One player on this list is mind-boggling because he's one of my favorite players. I did a video about him early on in the season, and I was considering him a comeback player of the year. But hell, Michael Thomas is on my must avoid. Do not draft. Stay away from him because we don't know what's going on out there between him and the Saints. But what we can see and what we feel is that relationship is fractured. It just seems like there's some serious issues that they can't get past or will never get past. Thomas is going to be out to start the season. We don't know how long he's going to be out. He opted for surgery in June. When he returns, we don't even know who the hell the Saints starting quarterback is. So for me, that's another factor when it comes to Michael Thomas. But we do know when healthy, he is one of the top wide receivers in the NFL. However, you should run in the opposite direction because it's too much uncertainty and doubt when it comes to Michael Thomas and the Saints right now. He's a wide receiver 48. I have noticed him going as high as the second round and the third round. And I'm like, what the hell is going out here in these fantasy football streets? Are you trying to lose right now? If he's projected as a wide receiver 48 right now, due to everything that's going on, why the hell are you taking a chance on him in the second or the third round? I understand you want to take a chance, you want to take a risk, but you can take that chance and that risk a little bit later on in a dynasty league. Redraft, I'm staying away from him because we simply do not know if and when he will return for this season, okay? It's too much going on. What I will say is, can he get back to the 2019 Michael Thomas where he had a career season, over 1,700 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns? Can he get back to that, Michael Thomas? Because if he can, hell yeah, he's going to be considered top 5. And then when you take that chance on him, it'll pay off. But right now, we just don't know. And drafting him as high as I've seen him gone in some of these drafts, you are setting your team up for failure and you are setting yourself up to lose. And guess what? Over here, we ain't trying to lose. We trying to win out here in these fantasy football streets. So right now, I'm saying, if you're on the board, if you're in the second, third, fourth round, just don't do it. Right now, don't do it because you just don't know. I understand we take chances, okay? I've taken some chances on Watson in later rounds in dynasty leagues. Redrafts, I'm not even touching him. So in a redraft, I'm not touching Michael Thomas. But if you want to do so, go ahead and do so. But I'm warning you. There's a warning. You don't know. It's too much doubt. Take the player that you know is a sure thing right now. Play it safe when it comes to deciding between Michael Thomas and another wide receiver. Because right now, who's to say he's playing this year? I would love to see him get on the field and prove everyone wrong. But right now, I'm not checking for him, and neither should you. Another player I am avoiding at all costs, and I've been avoiding him anyways. I've never drafted this player, Miles Sanders, okay? So obviously, I'm a Giants fan, and he's not the top running back in the NFC East anyways, but Miles Sanders has been stinking it up in training camp, fumbling the ball, dropping the ball. Guess what? Drops will have you on the bench fast. He will lose his job if he continues to fumble the ball. So they've come out and say that him and Boston Scott may split snaps. Okay? Split snaps. So say they both out there 50% of the time. He's getting a certain amount of carries. Boston Scott is getting a certain amount of carries. Hell no, not if I'm drafting him that high and he's supposed to be one of my starting running backs and he's splitting snaps with someone else. No, And then if you take into consideration he's fumbling the ball, he's on the verge of losing his job, okay? He's rushed for 800 yards the last 2 seasons, which is really good. he's a RB20, but what he's doing in trading camp, he's gonna be on the bench. He's gonna be RB 50. He's gonna be on the bench and a player that you cannot start, or he will be untradeable. Okay. So if you do take this crazy chance and draft Miles Sanders, do waiver wire queen a favor and make sure you snatch Boston Scott up. Okay. And then you also think about what Philly did this offseason. Okay. Obviously, they kept Boston Scott around. They drafted Kenneth Gainwell and they picked up Kerryon Johnson. Okay. So that should have told everyone that, hey, okay, they're not confident in him, because if he's your guy, I understand you want to add some additional running backs to help just in case injuries, things happen. You don't want to run your running back into the ground, but no, it's something else. And the fumbles and drops should tell you all you need to know. And plus, he's going to lose some carries to Jalen Hurts, because Hurts going to be out there running the ball some time too. Is he still a low-end RB2? Yes, but he, like I said, if he continues to fumble the ball, he's going to be on the bench. And Philly, which means you wasted a pick. If I were drafted and I was on the board, I would stay away from him and go to the next best and look at that running back who's on the board and see what they have to offer. And if they're not fumbling the ball and they got their spot, their job secured, go with them. Miles Sanders, must avoid him like the plague right now in fantasy football if you are trying to win, because drafting him right now is risky. Obviously, high rewards for risk taken, but in this case, nah, this ain't a good risk. Okay, there ain't gonna be no high rewards out here in these fantasy football streets. So guess what we doing out here? On to the next one, because no, we're not checking for Miles Sanders. And my final player who you should avoid at all costs is Baker Mayfield. Okay. Yes, Baker Mayfield. Yes, the Browns win games, but Baker Mayfield has never thrown for 4,000 yards. I mean, hell, today's NFL is all about airing it out, throwing the football. He's never thrown for 4,000 yards. That's a run first team. Okay. Nick Chubb's going to get the ball. Okay. Hunt's going to get the ball. That is a run first team. And he's just not that guy in fantasy. Sure, go ahead and pick him up late in a super flex league to ride your bench, but most likely he's going to be on waivers. But if you're drafting him as your starter, especially in a redraft league because you want to load up, you're crazy as hell, okay? And we're not that crazy. We crazy and we have fun, but we not crazy and we're not trying to lose. Not saying he's a bad quarterback, but for fantasy purposes, it's not working, and it's he's not gonna cut it. Okay, he's not even, like I said, 4,000 yards. He hasn't even done that. So to me, that's a real problem. Okay, so move on. Look for other quarterbacks. Don't even get to this point in the draft where you have to pick up, where you have to select Baker Mayfield. Plan properly so you're not in a position where you have to take Baker Mayfield, because he's not going to help you win any games. Okay, he may hurt you some games, but he's not going to help you win games, because that's a run first team. And like I said, he's never thrown for over 4,000 yards. So if you're trying to win out here in these fantasy football streets, you hit that like button so you can see more videos like this, and you stand away from Michael Thomas, Miles Sanders, and Baker Mayfield in fantasy football. All right, y'all. Y'all hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this, and so you can continue to see these videos pop up on YouTube. All right, y'all. Leave some comments. I'll always respond back. Y'all have a great evening and peace.